Alright, here is our document formatting assignment. I'm trying out the webcam, just using the webcam on my laptop with microphone on there, so hopefully you can hear this okay. And if anything, this will show you the difference between, usually I use pretty nice microphones, between the sound quality on this versus an attached microphone on a laptop. So all the instructions on what you need to do are here. If you read the paragraph, it tells you what you need to do. I'm going to go through and show you what you need to do just in case you're not sure how to do it. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down, and this will be the sample that I give you. So then make sure to recreate all the formatting. So formatting means changing things like bold and underline and italics. So let's go ahead and bold the instructions here and underline them. And in Drive, it's just right up here at the top. You can click on it, or if you see the shortcuts are listed right there. If you mouse over it for a second, you can also find them up here in the menu. I like quite a bit, especially for bolding and underlining, using the keyboard shortcuts, because it's going to save quite a bit of time. You don't even have to, if it's just a single word, you can even just select the word. It's quite nice. Alright, we're going to bold this line. This first paragraph here is talking about font size. There's two basic types of font, serif and sans serif. This is defaulted to a sans serif font. Sans serif fonts don't have lines like at the bottom and the top of vertical lines. Serif fonts have horizontal lines, like on the top of an I or an L. It's generally considered easier to read serif fonts when you have to read quite a bit of text. So we're going to change the document to Droid Serif size 12. So you can either highlight it all, or if you hit Control A, again that's Control A for select all, or if you go to Edit and select all, Control A is the shortcut, and we're going to change it to, right up here, we're going to change it to Droid Serif size 12. If you read on a little bit, it tells you that this sentence right here should be sans serif. Oh, so you can change this sentence. And let's go ahead and just change this one sentence right here to Calibri. So Calibri is a sans serif font. There's no horizontal lines, things like L's, whereas Droid Serif is a serif font, and those little horizontal lines make it easier to read. Again, make sure to change it all to 12. But this sentence, we're going to change to 56. We have these default fonts, or you can type in 56 and hit enter right there. Ooh, that doesn't look good, so let's actually change it to 24. I'm going to change that to 24. It's not quite so ridiculous. All right. In this next sentence, we're going to delete this because there's no small caps. In the Drive, we're going to make sure we don't use bold. Again, bold, you can click on the bold or Control B. We're going to italicize, which you can go up here and click italics, or go up to the format in italics. But pro tip, Control I. We're going to underline. You can go up here or hit Control U. Now subscript is when you have text that is lower and below, like in a chemical formula. We can go to this isn't something that a lot of people might use all the time, but you can go to Format and click on Subscript, or the shortcut is Control plus sign. Oops. Control plus sign. Control Shift plus sign. Oops. Look that up again. Format. Oh, duh. So the shortcut is Control, comma. Should have known that. So Control, comma. There we go. Subscript. So it makes it below, below. And superscript, which I use superscript quite a bit for writing out musical things. Superscript makes it above. And the shortcut for that is, just double check, is Control period. So Control period is a shortcut for superscript. You can highlight things in Drive. If you highlight text, you want to highlight it with your mouse and go to the text color and make sure to switch it to highlight. Highlight it, and I'm going to highlight that in yellow, so that would be handy for a document. Now it's generally, these things have uses, generally headings and titles, and documents are going to make bold. Some things need, and to use proper grammar, things that need to be italicized. Titles, when you're typing, you italicize titles. Subtitles, generally not necessarily, but songs, movie titles, proper titles should be italicized, so we know it is a heading. So in places where you would use subscript or superscript, again, superscript being above exponents, we want to make 35 3 to the 5th power. We have to change that to a superscript so that the 5 goes above. If you have a chemical formula, that should be subscript. So we want to format in subscript or using the control comma for the shortcut. Oops, that's not right. Just going to delete that. It's important to Drive. Now, something you can do to make things sometimes look a little more professional. When you add an image to a document, when you default add an image to a document, the easiest way to do that in Google Drive is to find the image. If you go to the image itself, let's find a modest size picture of the penguin here. All you have to do is go to the image, and you can just drag it over to the document and Drive. It's pretty handy. But the way it defaults when you put it in the middle of a paragraph, it kind of messes with the text, and then it's a little odd. Make all of this smaller, a little bit smaller. So you put the image in the paragraph, and it kind of messes things up. If you click on the image and wrap text, it wraps the text around it, so you can put it right in the middle of the paragraph. And let's make it smaller, so it's right in the middle of the paragraph, and you can still read the words. Long paragraph. You can still read the words top to bottom. Next, there are a few things missing from. There are a few features in Microsoft Office and Word that are missing from Drive. You can use it for basic documents, but some of the things that you can do in Microsoft Office and Word can be done on other websites and imported. For instance, WordArt. There's a really neat website called cooltext.com. And I use this a fair amount. That lets you make all sorts of crazy things. You can customize these in about any way you want. I want to see you use one of the non-animated text. If you have like a website, it'd be fine to use some of these animated text, but we're thinking about this as a document. So pick something that looks cool. There's all sorts of options. This might be a cool thing to use for like a background, or like if you have profile pictures in place, or if you make a website. So just pick something that looks cool, and I want you to put your name at the bottom. Even from here, you can pick other things, whatever font you think looks cool. Just clicking on random stuff here, and even from there you can still go through and customize. All you have to do to move this over to Drive is this is the graphic file right here. You can just drag it right over. Now I just put that there at the bottom of the page, and you might have to resize it. And then you are all set, and I will post this sample for you to see on Classroom also.